If I do not stop to help this man, what will happen to him? That is a famous quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Boys will be boys. Be a man. One view widely held is that women are unfairly overburdened. As it stands, mothers, aunts, sisters, wives, females in general carry the load of empowering the girl child as well as providing support and guidance to the boy child. The responsibilities of pregnancy and child rearing must be shared equally between the man and the woman as much as possible. Therefore, this school of thought concludes by stating that the troubled boy-child dilemma should not be left to women to figure out and deal with. Men themselves should start holding the boy-child's hand the way women have long been doing with the girl-child. The second school of thought, which I happen to espouse, begins by conceding that men folk have indeed neglected their duties to the boy-child as fathers, father figures, big brothers, cousins, uncles, leaving the boy-child neglected and troubled. Begins by conceding their effort between both men and women. The danger of not addressing the emerging issues surrounding the boy child is that we are slowly breeding an angry, misunderstood, and marginalized generation of men, which has serious social consequences. I agree that we need to shine the spotlight on the boy child. However, dealing with the troubled boy child issue cannot be divorced from the empowerment of the girl child. The challenge to the men is to get more involved and actively practice in the formulation and implementation of affirmative action programs and policies geared to addressing gender disparities for the betterment of the entire society. At a society level, empowered men can start by mentoring younger males within the family and in the community, having meaningful discussions and talks with them about what it really means to be a man and the challenges of manhood that await them. It's time the men played their part. Psychological and emotional factor that has been missing from the process of raising boys. Growing up in a society that automatically assumes that because you're a male, you shouldn't be emotional or sentimental or even soft-spoken or display signs of weakness or distress can have negative effects on the boy child. I know society values cannot change overnight for both the boy child and the girl child, but where the latter is concerned, we can help raise awareness on the importance of mentoring and counseling. Who will save the boy child? Yes, child. The boy child is already mistreated by his culture, and now the whole world is turning against him. When he cries, he is reminded that he's a man, or should not even cry. When he confides, he is reminded a man does not gossip. Wish this was true. The boy child has no room to be a child. I am reliably informed that the child labor is in some of the districts in this region, especially in Kiambu. Let me remind you that children must be protected from all forms of abuse, and child labor is one of them. My vision of a real man. I see real men as people who understand love in its many languages, and therefore they treat each relationship in which they engage with honesty and integrity. This real man also knows that love and life are physical manifestations of the source of well-being, however defined, and therefore accepts responsibility for himself when standing in its presence. They have right to health too. As Mahatma Gandhi said, you must be the change that you wish to see in this world, one boy at a time. My name is NUNGARI wa MUCHAI.